So common mistake I see salespeople, business owners, entrepreneurs, people in general, mistake I see them make when it comes to communication, influence, persuasion, and ultimately trying to get what you want is honestly you're probably just not listening enough. So let's just take a moment to listen and understand that in the moment of silence, in the gap between communication, in between where someone says something and you respond, you as an individual have your most power. You have the most potential to change the situation however you want it to go. And really, I learned this principle because over the past 5 years, I've spent really not only selling high ticket info products and services and SaaS products, but really trying to master the game of influence and really breaking it down to its fundamentals and its underlying principles to change someone's perspective on a situation, which allows them to make the decision to ultimately do what you want them to do. Because it has to be their own decision. So the first rule of communication, when you go to want to persuade or influence or manipulate, we're not manipulators, but that's what the public will call some of the work we do. But, if you have good intentions, it's not really manipulation. And you go into that situation, and if your main goal is to understand the person at their very core, deepest levels, like what's their core, deepest wants, desires, fears, and challenges that they want to overcome in life and business, whatever solution you have to offer, right? If you go into that conversation with that frame of mind, that's going to be the most powerful frame you can use later on in the conversation to then pitch your idea. Because I see the mistake of like, you go into the conversation, I made this mistake early on, like I'll go into the sale, I'm hopping on, I'm doing the whole rapport building techniques, I'm asking qualifying questions, I'm just basically just going through the script. And I'm just going line by line, going through the script, just asking the questions on the sheet until I can get to my pitch. Like the whole thing is, let me get to my pitch, let me say the pitch as perfect as possible, let me nail the pitch as perfect as possible, and then if I get the pitch right, then I'm gonna make the sale. But how many times have you tried this in your own life? You get to the pitch and then you get to the end of the conversation, you go for the sale, you try to make the close, you try to get the person to do what you want them to do, and they give you some resistance. You start to get these objections. Well, I don't know, it's just too soon, I need to think about it, or it's just too much money, or yeah, just give me a day or two, send some information over, right? Like, I've heard all these things hundreds of times, and I'm here to tell you that there's a common theme of the way that conversation goes versus the conversation going to the direction of, yeah, I'm ready, let's sign up. What's the next steps? How do I pay? Wow, thank you for letting me in. Like, try that, for example. Like, what if people thanked you for letting them into your program? Well, I'm starting to get this more recently because I understood this principle of value selling and really not just the pitch and selling with what's coming out of my mouth, but more so being able to intelligently listen to the prospect, listen to the person I'm talking to, and ask the right questions to elicit the values, the things that they find most important out of life. And then the pitch becomes simple. You essentially, once you intelligently know how to elicit the values from the conversation, you use those same values in your pitch as the solution for your idea. So let me give you an example of this. Let's say I'm trying to sell agency services, right? And I'm talking to the business owner, I'm talking to the key decision maker. I go to the framework, they're telling me all the problems. Yeah, we're just not getting enough leads. Our lead costs are too high. We're using all these outdated ad platforms and they're really not converting. And I see this thing on social media, organic reach, and I see it's very powerful. So I want to get into that. I just want to learn more about your service. And after this, you figure out, okay, great. What's some of your goals? Like, where are you trying to get to so I can understand, if this is going to make sense for you or not. Well, I'm trying to get to here. I'm trying to get to there. Okay, and then you go down that frame of mind. But the key in eliciting someone's values comes after they're giving you your problems and after they're giving you their goals. Because what you want to do is, after they give you their goals and they say, okay, this is what I want to accomplish, then take a moment to pause, you listen, you take in all the information, you try to get as clear as possible on the goals and the current challenges that they're facing, right? But then after they give you their goals, you want to slow it down a little bit. And with a very curious tone, you want to say, okay, so it sounds like we want to increase leads, decrease lead cost, and get you out of this part of the business so you have more time to focus on strategy and different frameworks. So you repeat back to what they said to you. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, awesome. And just curious, man, like, why is that important to you? Or why now, though? Or, okay, and I guess, like, how does that factor into, like, your bigger vision? It's just a stepping stone business to something more? And then usually you don't have to go through all those questions. Usually the best one that I found to be most effective is just, why is that important to you? Okay, what's important to you about that? And key word there is important, because when you say this word important, what it triggers in the other person's mind, and maybe you're going through this for yourself, like what's important to you about your current goals, you know, the current things that you're looking to achieve, right? When you ask someone what's important to them about what matters to them, you then pull out the deeper reasons for why someone would make a decision to make a change. Because we all only change if there's a reason to change, right? We have to first understand what reasons move us, what reasons resonate deep within our belief system and our value system through our subconscious. What's been there since we were 7 years old that's always affected us, that's always moved us in a certain direction, always moved us away from a certain direction, right? And then when we understand that not only about ourselves, but we can begin to start to understand that with other people. And this is what we call effective active listening, right? Because after they say what's important to you about that, they're going to start to list off different things that's important. Well, after I scale the business, I want to get to, like, you know, they already mentioned their goals. So I want to hit 100K a month with this business. And after I hit 100K a month, I plan on, selling it, or I plan on bringing on a partner, or I plan on acquiring capital. And that's not good enough, right? Like, that's still a materialistic goal. What you're looking for when it comes to values is you're looking for the emotions. You're looking for the emotions from the prospect. What emotions do they value? So they'll kind of start to say it, and this is why you have to really tune your sensory acuity to really understand what they're saying, what people are actually saying beneath the words, right? And you start to do that just by listening for emotions, period. So, you know, for example, this guy, he might say, yeah, I want to make 100K a month in order for me to bring in a partner under business. Okay, and why you want to do that? Well, really, man, for me, I want to have more time to spend with my kids. I want to have more time to spend for my family. And it's really just having that financial freedom. Boom, value, freedom. You know, freedom is a emotional state. You know, freedom is a state that you could feel. And when you're in that state, if that's one of your highest values, then that'll be something that very effectively motivates you to take certain actions, right? If you're freedom-based, you're going to do things that allow you to travel, allow a freer work schedule, allow remote work, allow things that don't tie you down. You may be prone to not have long-term relationships, right? Or someone else may say, man, I just want to scale this business, bring on more capital, and really get to that next level. I'm just all about growth. I'm just all about achieving the next thing. I just want to hit the next goal. I want to hit the next goal. So this person is very growth-oriented. And why does this matter? Because after you understand this information, you take it into the pitch, right? So after you elicit their values, let's say you really want to get like 2 or 3. So let's say the 2 highest for someone I'm speaking with is freedom and growth. Well, now, once you transition into the pitch, as you're explaining the pillars of the product, you essentially tie each pillar to a specific value, and you kind of frame the entire pitch in a way that resonates with your values. So let's say, again, selling agency services, and the guy's like, yeah, I want to grow my business, and you know the underlying reasons for that is for freedom and growth. Okay, awesome, man. Well, we have a program, and it's exactly what you're looking for. It's going to solve your problem exactly. So here's what we do. Essentially, it's going to give you the system, the framework, and the tools allowing you to grow your business effectively online with organic traffic. And what this is really going to allow you to do is take back your time from the process itself, because it's all done for you. So you'll really have the freedom to focus on other tasks and really scale your business, and possibly even look for another partner to bring in. So after you drop that very key part in here. Now I know we're getting to pension. This is about listening, but if you've made it this far, you deserve this extra value, right? So after you lay the pitch and you kind of frame it in a way, you heard me use words like growth, you heard me use words like freedom, and you just explicitly say the words, right? Then you want to take away the program. So you say, yeah, this is going to provide you with freedom, this is going to provide you with growth, and it's all going to be done for you, and we're just going to grow and scale. And all they're hearing is systems, tools, growth, scale. And then you want to go in heavy with testimonials. So this is something that we've ran for Media Digital, and we scaled them to $150K a month. This is something that we did for Oscar, and we scaled his coaching business from $20K to $200K a month, right? And then after you explain the results, then you say, so for that reason, we are super selective with who we allow into the program. So before I qualify you to spot in the program, I do have to ask you a few questions. Are you ready? And man, when I tell you what this does, because essentially you got them super excited. Like when people start talking about their values and what things will do for them emotionally, like, man, it's gonna give me growth, this is gonna give me freedom. And then you say, hey, I got this product that's gonna give you exactly what you're looking for, growth, freedom. They're like super excited, they're ready to kind of jump in, but they're kind of like, whoa, I'm kind of excited right now. But then this is the key part, because when you sell, you want to qualify people, not sell people. So right as they're at their peak emotional state, you want to take away the possibility of getting access to this. Because before they met you, they didn't feel these emotions. They didn't know that you had access to basically getting them exactly what they want in life. And when you take it away, now the possibility shuts down, and they're in such a frame where it's like they begin to qualify themselves to you as to why you should be in the program. So you ask questions like, why is this important to you now? If you could have this tool, this system, when would you want to get started? Okay, and are you willing to show up on these days and go through this training? Okay, great. And are you coachable? Awesome. Well, congratulations, man. I'm going to let you into the program. How did you want to pay? And you might not say it that sharp and smooth. You want to pace it out and use different tonality at different times to trigger different emotions. And you want to be very calm, and you want to be very clear and direct, but also get the point across. So there's some nuance to it, right? And this is why you need to learn from someone that understands these things, because you can begin to pick up on the nuances in your specific conversations, and you can go more in depth with how to deliver the phrases in specific contexts. Like this is just an example on the spot, right? But the premise is you ask questions, take away, qualify them, and then by that time, when you say, I qualify you a spot in the program, they're gonna be like, wow, thank you. You're gonna be like, congratulations. And they'll be like, wow, thank you. I appreciate you. So they're happy to get let in, and then it's an easy sale after that. No objections, no, can I think about it? It's just, you got them to really speak about the things that matter to them. You explain how your product gives them those feelings. You took it away at their peak emotions. You then qualified them on why you should let them into the program, because we're getting all these great results. Why should I let you in with my group? I want to make sure you get great results too, so we can keep a high success rate. And then boom, after they qualify themselves to you, go for the close. And of course, you assume the close, but you guys are more experienced than that, so I'm pretty sure you already knew that. But yeah, all this lies on the underlying principle of effective listening. So if you're not closing enough deals, if you're not influencing people, if you're not leading people with power, it's probably because you're not listening enough, bro. So hope this helps. If you want more tools, strategies, resources like this, go ahead and join my free community, Prosper University, where we have a community of like-minded, purpose-driven entrepreneurs, all looking to level up, grow, and scale with each other. There's a ton of free resources on the way for that as well. So looking forward to see you inside, and we'll talk again soon. Peace.